Every year, the President of the United States is legally required to lift the veil on their personal finances. On June 30th, 2026, the official filing arrived as a 927-page ledger, nearly 4 times the length of the previous year's report. Hidden inside that document is a financial transformation without modern presidential precedent. In just 2 years, the president's net worth tripled, jumping from roughly $2.3 billion to about $6.5 billion. This chart breaks down the source of that growth. The largest driver is a single, volatile asset class. Over $1 billion of this new wealth came exclusively from cryptocurrency ventures launched while in office. Donald Trump returned to the White House and generated more active income in a single year than most private sector CEOs. It is a financial reality that sits outside the traditional boundaries of the American presidency. The 2026 disclosure documents a shift in executive ethics, placing the growth of the president's private empire at the center of the same markets his administration is currently regulating. Historically, presidents from both parties have worked to separate their power from their pocketbooks. Jimmy Carter liquidated his peanut farm. Bush sold his Texas Ranger stake. They utilized blind trusts to ensure the public that no federal decision was being made for personal gain. Today, that standard is inverted. There is no independent trustee or liquid asset pool. The president's global business empire, including these new crypto ventures, is managed directly by his adult sons. This arrangement relies on a specific legal vacuum. While rank-and-file government employees are strictly barred from participating in decisions that could benefit their own finances, the President of the United States is uniquely exempt from those conflict of interest laws. Under current law, the government has no mechanism to prevent a commander-in-chief from using state power to inflate the value of their private assets. The largest chunk of this crypto wealth came from a meme coin called Trump. This single venture, which licensed the president's name and likeness, generated roughly $635 million in total revenue. This diagram shows how the profit actually worked. The president didn't need to hold the coins and wait for the price to rise. His entities collected massive royalties every time the coin was bought or sold. As the House, he took a cut of the trading volume itself. A second venture, World Liberty Financial, follows a similar path. By adding WLF to our chart, we see another $526 million in equity sales and token payouts funneling into that same vault. To maintain this level of royalty income, the system requires massive, constant trading activity. $1 billion in fees only materializes if a global audience is actively speculating on the tokens. This created a specific business need for market-wide hype, a demand the president could meet using the executive power of his office. Shortly after the inauguration, the administration began dismantling the strict regulatory frameworks designed to oversee digital assets. They moved to halt federal investigations and championed the Genius Act, a piece of legislation that effectively shielded the crypto market from the kind of scrutiny standard securities receive. As oversight weakened, global crypto figures like Justin Sun began pouring millions of dollars into the president's private tokens, while simultaneously navigating complex U.S. regulatory issues. We saw this pattern again when the president issued a pardon to Binance founder Changpeng Zhao. Around the same time, major international funds utilized the president's stablecoin to move billions of dollars into that exchange. By loosening federal oversight and providing support to major industry players, the administration established the high-volume trading conditions necessary for these billion-dollar royalty payouts to materialize. The market performance of these assets shows a stark divide. While the House royalties on the right are locked in, the tokens sold to the public collapsed. The Trump coin fell 95% from its peak, and World Liberty Financial tokens lost 80% of their value. This collapse represents a $2.3 billion loss for retail investors who bought into the coins, often moving on the same policy signals that enriched the president's private ventures. These outcomes are the byproduct of a legal framework that allows a president to serve as the ultimate market maker for their own private ventures, while simultaneously writing the rules for the industry. The modern presidency has moved into a state of total commercialization. The public is now left to determine whether federal policy is being made for the country or to expand the personal portfolio of the commander-in-chief.